Structural parts in CROSSOUT. One of the most grueling grinds in the game is unlocking some of the most OP and incredible structural parts, in particular the secondary faction, and especially the prestige level parts of these factions can take a really long time to grind in CROSSOUT. Now, most of us that have been playing for a very long time have a lot of these unlocked. You can get a lot of these prestige parts in various packs and things. However, for a limited time only, CROSSOUT has released a new structural parts event where you can spend coin for select parts. Also, they just dropped the Walking on Gold event. So we're going to talk about what's in the Walking on Gold event, the crafting recipes, and make some market predictions, what's going to happen in the future, and also how you can level up fast if you are a new player. So let's get right into the video. Now, first off, if you are a newer player and you are looking up to level up fast, because as I said, structural parts, which we're going to talk mostly about in this game, are extremely grueling to unlock. Make sure you have decor on your build. You see down here, reputation bonus. I got 25% out of 25% maximum decor. Now, this can be a little bit difficult when you're just starting out because you have probably a lot of the common decor parts, but I do believe they give you a lot of free decor parts when you're just starting the game. So just make sure you load your build with all of these precious decor parts for the extra 25% reputation bonus to unlock different structural parts. Now, also, what you're going to want to do if you are a newer player is craft various faction flags, these lunatics flags, nomad flags. Any of these flags give you a good bonus reputation, team reputation. So even any of your teammates that are in these factions receive, say, 10% bonus team reputation to XP. This purple flag, 90% bonus reputation for you, 10% for your team. So pretty awesome if you're a newer player. Always have these guys on deck. So what is the structural parts event, and well, how is it different than say what the badge exchange? Because you can actually exchange badges for structural parts. So how is it different? Well, for one, the badge exchange actually has a lot of battle pass parts that you're going to find in old battle pass parts. So like these crane parts, founders parts, syndicate parts, things like that. I believe Hyperborea parts as well are available in the badge exchange permanently in CROSSOUT. Now, speculation, they might be releasing an event in the future for reduced cost of badges for the badge exchange as an event. They did it last year. Not sure if that's coming, but for a limited time, you can spend coin on select base faction parts, like all your lunatics, Dawn's Children, your nomads parts, your prestige parts that are available in packs. Now, some of these parts are actually really valuable in game and take forever to grind. So I do see some value in them. So I will point out a few parts. Now, I think 60 coin for parts is kind of steep, so I really wouldn't go gung-ho about this event. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's definitely a good way for newer players to catch up a little bit, and especially since they added extra parts for everything, a pretty good way to catch up on some extra parts. So going down this list, if I spot some things that I think are really valuable that take forever to grind, perhaps you should get. Now, some of these lightweight frames, maybe you want to pick up a couple of these early game, maybe to save you a couple levels of lunatics so you can spread your levels between scavengers, nomads, and lunatics. A lot of people like leveling up their factions early, so maybe if you're one of those people, get some of your lightweight frames out of the way with some coins. But I don't know if I would really spend coin on the frames because it's pretty simple to just play lunatics, play engineers, get your base parts. However, some of the lightweight frames like 8x4, it might take a little bit longer to unlock, so perhaps getting some of those. Now, some of these lunatic prestige parts, like these bully race car parts, kind of cool if you're an art fan, but the only one that I'd say is like super valuable is this power slide part. Might be worth picking up for the 60 coin. Yeah, definitely pick up that part if you're a newer player. It's a prestige part, so it takes forever to get. Definitely recommend that part. Some extra of these like nomad parts, easy enough to level up your nomads. Maybe you want to pick up a small plow. You should be able to pick up a small plow, and then as soon as you hit the first level to get a small plow, that gives you an extra small plow. But maybe picking up some of these blade wings, a blade wing or two, or a small plow might not hurt if you're early on, so you don't have to you have access to those a little bit earlier in game. Now, these are the prestige nomad parts. Nothing too crazy here. I mean, this is a really nice looking Corda part. Not very heavily used for like super meta builds, so you know, you can generally skip over that. Perhaps you do want to unlock a train plow for 60 coin. It could take a while to unlock a train plow. But again, this is a base scavenger part, so any of these parts that we're talking about right now are pretty quick to unlock if you put in some grind, add decor to your builds, and add a faction flag. Again, more scavenger parts. If you're focusing on lunatics first, and you want some scavenger heavy parts or something like that, could be cool. Next, these are some APC parts. APC parts are very good. Now, this is where you're getting into, this stuff takes a while to unlock because you do have to unlock your scavengers faction to level 10 before you get this stuff. But I don't think there's anything too meta OP that isn't basically unlockable. There's nothing too crazy prestige level wise in the Steppenwolves faction to warrant me saying like you need to spend 60 coin on this stuff. Again, if you want to get some earlier, like all these armor pieces have a lot of bullet blast and energy damage resistance, so maybe pick up a few of these pieces. But again, nothing that's screaming 60 coin value. Now these are Dawn's Children parts. I do like these parts a lot because they do have flame resistance, energy resistance, frost resistance. They have very good durability to mass ratio, so perhaps picking up a couple of these like the ventilation box or shock absorber, pretty good bumper to use. These left and right catheter parts actually might be worth picking up with some coin. Their shoot through parts, really tiny hitboxes, so you're able to mount parts onto these, and they're relatively stable because it's just so hard to shoot them off, and that 90% bullet pass through gives it essentially 60 durability against bullet type damage. Left and right plaster pestilence parts. Now this is where you're getting into these fire starter parts that take forever to prestige. I would say these left and right plaster parts are worth the coin to save you forever grinding, as well as like the vial and the bandage parts. The vial is a very, very good shoot through part with 28 durability, 45 kilograms of mass, 90% shoot through again, so a really good part. And again, it's fire starters faction, so you got to get to level 10 nomad or level 10 lunatics, and then you got to level up fire starter, so it can be a very long grind. Now again, more fire starter parts. I do really like fire starter parts. They're really good for hubbers, in particular like the rollover part. The flaming rake's pretty good. The scorch part is very good if you do want to get like one or two of those or something early on, just kind of get started early game. You get 10% of the bullet resistance, 10% blast resistance, 20% flame resistance there, and 20% frost resistance. So it pretty much has all resistance covered there except for energy resistance. High durability, 60 durability, to 99 kilogram mass. So yeah, the scorch part really good. And then you get to the pill, which is another part with really good resistance modifiers and high durability to mass. So this event is really good if you have some spare coins. I don't like that whole spare coin thing because I don't like spending my coin on this stuff, and you're a relatively newer player that wants to save some time in the grind. So all in all, I do like that structural parts event. However, the main bread and butter of this video is going to be the walking on gold event, which I did a sneak peek video of last week, showing you guys that the rewards that are in this battle pass, the rune, going to be huge, especially if you don't have the rune. Obviously, getting the legs, very huge, and of course they tied this into a wonderful fusions that we're going to go over. So all the items you get for the battle pass, and just the narwhal, amazing cannon. We're already seeing it. The price of the narwhal is dropping, as I kind of thought, and as people unlock the narwhal, I think the price is going to drop more. But the narwhal is a very, very important weapon, if not a good weapon in the wasteland, which I think it is. It is used for a very critical crafting recipe, which we're gonna talk about here. A lot of critical crafting recipes. So all the items available for fusion in this particular battle pass. You have your cyclones for durability, damage, projectile speed, and using the narwhal. So all these legendaries are going to use a narwhal for fusion. Pretty good fusion on the cyclones. I believe fire rate might be even better than projectile speed, but I'm unsure about that. Maybe projectile speed would be a god roll fuse. Looks like a good fusion to me. Rate of fire, damage, durability for your retchers. Imps, I wish I had a bunch of narwhals, but unfortunately I wouldn't want to fuse 5 imps with 5 narwhals. That's just man, that stinks. You need like 4 or 5 imps to make it effective, but these imps are durability, damage, and spread. I think that's perfect imp fusion right there, guys. I really do. I think that's perfect imp fusion. I'm not gonna lie, and I have 5 fused imps, I think, and none of them have that fusion, so I'm really salty about that. Nathong, durability, damage, and range of fire. So if you're into the machine gun gameplay, and maybe you're scouting out punishers, going to be a while to grind out those punishers, you want some legendary pretty top tier legendary machine guns, durability, damage, range of fire, fusion there for your narwhal. Now for me, I'm personally going to try to save the narwhals for crafting the Devour relic, which I'll show you guys, or potentially waiting for the narwhal to increase in value, which I think that will happen after the battle pass, after it's done decreasing quite a bit. Kaiju is very, very good right now. Durability, projectile charge time, and projectile speed. That's a very, very good fusion. Let me check the fusion that we got in the previous. I can't check that battle. I'm in a different account, so I can show you all the fun stuff. Anyways, it's different from whatever we got in the previous battle pass, and I think this might be a better fusion. I have to go back and check what fusion we got in. I believe it was a Founders battle pass. They gave us a Kaiju. So I personally really don't like that they're doing this now. As a veteran player, I really don't like this. All these fusions that they're unlocking for us now are better than what they gave us, like say 2-3 years ago, costing us a lot of resources in refusing stuff. So if you, like me, you've been playing a while, like I've started accumulating more cabins. I have like 2 of so many cabins now, 2 of a lot of different things, duplicates of so many different items that I've just needed to refuse because they've added different fusions or changed fusions. For example, the cabin speed was never a fusion available before. I think thermal effect rate was never an available fusion before. So like, you know, what I thought was a perfect firebug fusion for my relics, not really the perfect fusion anymore, in my opinion. So rip that. But moving on, Dove fusion, mass, reload time, reaction speed, time to enemy. Not super fan of these guys. Again, I'm saving my narwhals, but if you guys need some clan battle builds, these could be very good options for you guys, especially like the Kaiju, a 1-weapon wonder. You could get away with 1 Kaiju on a build, right? And then you could probably use it in clan battles, you know, something like that. Imps, not so much. Cyclones, you need 2 of. Retros, 2 of. Could be worth it. Harvester, 2 of, you know. Mooning cabin. What is this cabin perk? Allows you to specify the attack target for any drones mounted on the armored vehicle. So it's a drone cabin. If you don't have this one, could be worth acquiring for only 1 narwhal. Now, getting into these purple fusions, they use the Garrida for crafting. Now, I think the Garrida price is probably going to go up compared to what it was for a little bit, but we'll see. Actually, I might change my prediction by the end of this video, depending on what I see here for fusion. But you can fuse your equalizers. Equalizers are very, very good for a lot of things, especially helicopters. If you like helicopters, very good. The fusion, durability, damage, and spread. Thresher, pretty fun weapon, recently buffed, durability, damage, and rate of fire. Again, for getting the legs. The executioner for the low cost of a rune, durability, penetration ability, and projectile speed. Interesting. I don't know. I don't think that's a good fusion. It seems like they're just releasing everything durability lately. Is this the way we're going here in CROSSOUT? Durability, everything? I hope to God they don't release a Typhoon fusion that's durability. I will be so salty if that's the Typhoon fusion this year. Oh my God, I'm wishing bad karma. I'm putting bad karma into the universe right now. Durability, damage, and max projectile lifetime. Oh my God, the perfect fusion for clarinet toes. Yeah, and I'll have a separate video for why that's the perfect fusion for clarinet toes. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Well, whirls, durability, damage, and rate of fire for the low cost of a rune. You got your hardened tracks for durability, power penalty reduction, small tracks, durability, and power penalty reduced. Now, meat grinders, one of my clanmates actually called this and was like, guaranteed meat grinders are going to be part of the fusion event, and this seems to be probably the perfect fusion for meat grinders. You get durability, you get power penalty reduced by 15%. Now, low key, this is going to be a massive fusion, and I want to show you guys real quick why this is going to be a massive fusion. There is a new meta popping up. This is actually PlayStation. I think this was created on PC. It's already being ported over using meat grinders. So yeah, this is like sort of one of the new potentially meta builds that we've been spotted in the wasteland using all kinds. And you'll notice this player doesn't have fused meat grinders yet. Well, guess what? They are unlocking perfectly fused meat grinders for this ridiculous, potentially new meta unfolding in the wasteland. So yeah, you're probably going to want to get yourself some fused meat grinders if you don't have them, unfortunately. Now, the oppressor engine mass and bonus to power again for Garrida leg. So Gyarados could stay pretty high up there. Actually, they might stay high up there. I was thinking maybe the Gyarados would be high, the Rune would be low, and I think that I might stay true to my prediction that Gyarados will stay high and go high. Rune might be a little bit low once people unlock the Rune. Narwhal is going to drop in price. Probably going to go down to the price of where we've seen the fin whale drop to, like 6K on PlayStation, 7K on PlayStation. It's already started to drop. Now the reason why the Narwhal is so important, guys, if you were not aware of it, is it is used to craft the new Devour relic. It uses 2 fin whales and 2 narwhals. Now my predictions is the fin whale is going to start to go back up in price. You see it plummeted, peaked at like, it didn't peak, it plummeted down as people unlock the fin whale. You see the trajectory, 2-week trajectory over the last 2 weeks of the previous battle pass, dropped it all the way down to 5K, and now it's going back up again because it's no longer available. I predict the same thing will happen with the Narwhal. It's going to go down 5, 6, 7K until the end of the battle pass, and then it'll start to trickle back up again. Even the Devourer, we might even see a potential decrease and increase in the cost of Devour, increase in the cost, and then a plummet in the cost, as we've seen with the Odin. We've seen the Helicon tremendously drop in price over, since they keep releasing these mini event passes with the Avamori or the Heather. So that's all I got for you guys. Everything in the fusion events, different structural parts you guys can unlock, how to level up fast. Appreciate you guys watching our videos. A special thanks to our YouTube channel members. If you would like to help support our channel, become a YouTube member, join the club. It's only 99 cents. Links are in the description to join, become a channel member. Drop a super chat in the comments or leave a tip in our Stream Elements tip portal. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.